It's Grand Prix time here in Le Castellet. The very first horseless carriage race was organised in France in 1894. Since then, well, the carriages have only gotten faster. For the Grand Prix here, Paul Ricard boasts a fine collection of low, medium and high-speed corners. The scene curve is taken at breakneck speed, right before heavy braking at Beausset. This is an all-rounder test for cars and drivers alike. We're about halfway through the season now, and there's still plenty of time for everything to change. All eyes are on the teams and how they tackle the rest of the year. There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
Hey guys, you join me here, Snowman86, and we are back on Formula One Manager 2022. So you join me here, and the results of the regulation vote are in, and everybody bar Mercedes, Alpine and Haas voted for the extra parts limit. So going into next year we will have 5 gearboxes to play with, 3 ESR limits, so we have 3 ESR units, and we now have 4 engines. So that is big news for us guys, because if that was this year we wouldn't have to take the hit on both drivers, but we've done it with Alex. Now I think gearboxes we probably be fine with 4 with Alex, but yeah, just going forward, that is fantastic news. The other good news is we have our chassis development on our car. So here on the car performance screen you can see guys that our 2 cars are selected. Alex has all the updates, and you can see that his car beats Theo's car now in everything, not by much mind you, and brake cooling is fairly equal across the board. So that is our chassis update onto Alex's car, and we put on Alex's car because he is the more consistent driver for us at the moment. Theo will probably be another season or 2 before he starts coming to the fore guys. So with that said, we also have, if I go here in current projects, you can see we are designing a new front wing that should be here with us in 34 days, and we should see a fair jump in car performance from there. We're also researching a new rear wing for next year, and once we've that one done we'll probably do a swap there, and we'll research a new front wing, and we'll probably research suspension and all that good stuff. And as I say, we're going to start slowing down anyway on the front wing development. One last thing to look at, and it probably will be a big thing for us to come towards, this will be with us in 21 days. So once we get our design center updated to level 3, we can then do 3 projects. So we can either do 2 designs of 1 research, or 1 research and 2 designs. So that's going to be big for us as well guys. Having that ability means that we can now start focusing 2 researches on next year's car, and just keep maybe tipping over with 1 design on this year's car, and see can we maybe pick up a few more points. So that will be a big one for us. Yeah, and we might even push it 1 more before the season's out. We'll see how our finances are going. So that's it guys, we won't waste any more time, and we'll head straight for the race weekend here in France, and we'll be back with qualifying.
Hello and thank you for joining us as our race weekend unfolds. Free practice is nearly done, and that means that qualifying awaits. Whoever said every second counts clearly hadn't revelled in the sport of Formula One, where grid positions can be decided by thousandths of a second. The drivers competing today are amongst the finest in the world, but the margins are even finer. And as you can probably guess, there is no margin for error. What does today have in store? Only time will tell.
Radio check. You hear me okay?
So we're here for qualifying guys in the French Grand Prix. As always, we will send our cars more or less straight out. We'll get Alex out here quickly, and we're going to send Theo quite behind them. So we'll let them do their thing here under our warm-up laps. We'll come back, see how they're doing. Now I have set an objective of reaching Q2 for the first time this year. That's how confident I am in Alex's abilities and the car update we did. He seemed to be a nice bit, I think about 3 to 4 tenths quicker than Theo in practice. So That's hard to justify too, because I know they're running different engines and gearboxes in the ESR units, and that affects performance as well. But can we get out ahead of Ricardo? Oh, there goes Alex's lap. He's going to lose a bit of time there in sector 1, and Theo will probably get the nice run here on the back straight. Yep. So Theo should, oh, what am I doing? Theo should be that little bit quicker. Although it's hard to tell, but we're actually on board with the wrong driver there as well. Sainz is coming into the last few corners. And I suspect this will be a track where our drivers might struggle with spins, but we'll have to see. Theo had 1 or 2 in practice. Alex goes across the line now and sets a 134, nearly 134.1 we'll call it. Theo is coming across the lines quickly behind him, and Theo goes into the 133.7, so is that a little bit quicker, guys. So, yep, we let him get back to the garage, reload, and we'll be back here as always for that final run in Q1. So guys, we're back here with 3 minutes 10 on the clock, and as you can see, as it stands, both our drivers are in Q2, which is something I don't know did I expect, but again, there's a couple of, oh, can you get rid of that? The likes of Sainz, I do think Norris will be a little bit quicker. Ocon again is an outlier. But Theo's lap was pretty good, so we have Alex sent out. I don't know, did he actually get out yet, or is he still in the pits? I think he's still in the pits. So we're going to try and get Theo out as well. We're going to be running pretty near the back. There goes Alex. So we'll hit Theo now. Alex is probably not worked out that well for us. Gasly had a fantastic lap, guys. So Pierre Gasly in that AlphaTauri is performing quite well, and Hamilton even had a fantastic lap in Q1 there. So his first run was quite impressive, but this is where it all comes down to, guys. So we're out. We will get our laps in this time, no mistakes like we had in Austria. So the pressure for us will be, can we get around now and set our laps? We'll just get it onto our flying lap. Can we get a car into Q2? If we can, we will receive a little bit more money, which is fantastic, and it'll also be a good outlier of how our car is performing for the season. Now we have Albon in a good spot, actually. He's right behind Gasly, who was quick. So here we go, guys, across the lap. So we'll ride on board here with Alex, see what he can do on his flying lap. So I expect him to be quicker in sector 1 anyway than what he did originally, because let's be honest, he was blocked by the McLaren. I think it was Ricardo blocked him. So he's gone green there, we'd expect that. Theo has also gone green, so Theo's up in his lap, which would see him, well, as I say, he's 1.3 seconds off the pace. There's a big gap from Theo to Magnussen, actually. It's nearly half a second more, 6-7 tenths of a second. So I don't really make that up, but we'll see, we'll see. As I say, there's pressure on us. Well, not, I'm putting pressure on myself here. I'd like to see us get into Q2. Alex has the lift going through there. I think carries a lot of speed in here. Nicely done. He's green again. So is Theo. So drivers going across the line. Sainz is the first man. Russell is there. Alonso. Ricardo improves. Sainz had a blistering time there, because he's like nearly a second quicker than everybody all of a sudden. So that Ferrari was fighting some pace. So Alex runs across the line now. What's he going to do? It's a 133.5. He's up to P15, guys. Theo comes across the line. Theo improves to P17. We've only Mick Schumacher, guys. What's Mick Schumacher doing? Yes! Get in. Mick Schumacher did not improve, guys. So for the first time in our career as Williams manager, we have managed to get a driver out of Q1. So we'll go down here. Did he get by much? 10th. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. So with that, guys, we'll be back here for our probably one and only run in Q2 with Alex, and we'll see how we get on. Get in there. So we're back here for Q2, guys. Exciting times. We are not last in Q2, which is a great start. So drivers are starting to head out now, so we'll send Alex out for his flyer and we'll see if he gets out. He does. He's behind Sunoda. So as you can see, there's still a big gap from us. The first place is 2 seconds flat. That Ferrari is absolutely rocket ship around here, guys. You can see the even gap to Leclerc to Verstappen is nearly half a second. That is insane at the front of the field. But we're going to ride on board with Alex here as he completes, or as he starts his flying lap, I should say. Now we did get one run in earlier, and as I say, we're 2 seconds off. So that we're on a scrub set of soft tyres. So we're out now on a fresh set of softs. So we expect the pace to be a little bit quicker. But can we beat Lando Norris? Norris, I think, will be our main competitor here, to be honest. The fact we're ahead of Joe and Sunoda is good. But, well, Joe should improve his lap. He's 6 seconds off. He definitely got hit by a lot of traffic. So Alex is green in the first sector, guys. And if we go here to the data view, we can see what's he doing. He's actually 2/10 slower than the two boys here, which is probably not good for us. Where's Lando? We're 10th off Lando, so not quicker there. So these two guys will jump us. I think we're going to be lining up P15, I'd say, guys. Session is now over. What's Lando going to do? It's hard to know what Lando's doing here, guys. I don't know where he is. He's doing a 28. Ooh, it is tight between us and Lando, guys. There's not much in it. Depends all on the final sector. Joe has moved up to P9, which is good for Joe. We come across the line and we do a 40.8, so we're still lacking a little bit compared to some of those other guys. What's Lando doing though, guys? Well, we actually haven't even beat Lando, so I think that's it. We're P15. Lando still hasn't crossed the line, so not bad. We were a little bit slower in the second sector, which is a shame, but Lando and us matched it in the final sector on pace, so it's going to be pretty nick and tuck between ourselves and Lando throughout the race. If we can get him, fantastic. The likes of Kevin Magnussen. There's a couple of people out there, guys, so it's looking good for the race. But that is us. We are P17 and P15 with our 2 cars in qualifying. So we'll be back here in a second, guys, with the French Grand Prix.
Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
Qualifying went well for Williams, as attested by their strong position on the grid. Now it's all about finding that edge for the race itself. AlphaTauri did rather well in qualifying. Let's see if they can manage to achieve a strong start for the race itself. And the race will be taking place under blue skies. That means the teams should be able to apply their strategies without any added complications.
Absolutely right. So brace yourself for a fantastic conclusion to the French Grand Prix. As the sun continues to shine, it seems like nothing can dampen the mood of excitement here at the track. Here we have Alexander Albon. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. And looking at the second Williams car. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. Everything's been building to this. And here we go with the French Grand Prix.
We're lining up 5 lights.
It's lights out, and away we go.
So we set 4 drivers to be aggressive off the line. guns after dropping a few places already. So I'm hoping he can make them back. He's going to be deploying pretty hard here off the line. And Tio's also down a few places, guys. Surely, who's that? Ricardo surely cut the track there. Nice work there from Alex. He can just really cut
Keep
up
doing
Ricardo
what you're
there.
doing.
He's back to P15. Lando got a fantastic
And a new
start,
position
guys.
just gained by Williams.
In fact, we're on full deploy here. Alex is sailing through. Now, he did start on the medium tyres, whether Tio has started on the hard tyres.
That's right.
So that might make a slight difference for us, guys, as we go, but so far so good.
And
we're
there's
just
an
gonna go
overtake from
neutral with
Williams.
both our drivers now for a second. And keep them running pretty hard and flat. This is the tight, twisty section. I don't think there's much overtaking going to happen here. But if we could jump these two cars and catch the back of the group in front, we would be in a great position then, guys. So we're going to go deploy again, and we're going to go deploy again.
Use the rest.
Okay, copy. Yeah. Deploy.
So we can run our drivers pretty flat out here. We did give them an extra lap of fuel off the grid. That probably explains why they got away so poorly. But we should now start making good road, because we can really run the cars hard here. And you can see that Magnussen is kind of already defensive from us. It leaves the door open just a little bit. We got a good run there, guys. Got a good run there. Tio is up to P16. And we might get a run here on Lando. I think we will. Question is, can we do anything with it? We're just going to flick back to neutral on both drivers now again. And that is Lando dispatched, guys. That is fantastic.
Okay, that's
We're up
good.
to
That's good.
P13. We're just going to do a little bit of harvesting here now again. As I say, if we can just get out of Magnussen's thing here, because the next lap will be a DRS lap. Ooh, very wide there. We should be okay then. So we're just going to hold tough here for a while.
DRS
We're going to
enabled.
use it on the back straight, guys. So Magnussen won't have DRS, so that's good for us. So coming through here, we're just keeping it all on normal, and coming out onto the main straight we will deploy, and we should have DRS then as well. So we can actually do it here, and we can probably do it here.
Make sure you give some energy.
Yep, copy.
Full deploy.
So we should get a fantastic one here now, and there's the DRS line. So we should cruise now past the back of K-Mag. There we go.
Okay, good job, good job.
Now we're just going to leave the deploy on here because we want to again catch the guys in front. If I can get into their DRS train, that will be a fantastic effort for us. So coming in here, we're going to go neutral again. And Tio backed out of that one, not sure, but he definitely had him. We're just going to have to do a little bit of deploying here actually with Alex, just to keep him in the window of DRS. But I think we've done enough there. Yep, there goes the DRS line, so we're on it.
Okay, doing very good. Lap time out good. Lap time out good.
And a fastest lap here for Alex, guys. Wow, he is flying in this race. And we've managed to gap Magnussen now to a second, which is fantastic as well. And the fact that we're running here with the back, well, I won't say the back of the midfield, we're right in the thick of it, guys. We're 2 places off points. This is fantastic for us. And what we can start doing now is maybe do a little bit of harvesting just to build our battery back up with Alex. And if we can just keep pulling that away from K-Mag, that would be great for everybody involved. And then the question is, can we jump these 2 cars with Theo? This is a great start to the race, guys, for both our drivers. We've got a healthy gap behind. So once we don't make any mistakes, we should be okay. Once we jump the start line here, I think with Theo we're going to go to a harvest mode just to start building his battery back up while he's got the DRS as well. So we're going to harvest out of here. That'll be okay. We'll lose a little bit, but we lost more than a little bit there, but anyway. I'm just going to have to go neutral around this section to keep him there. Now Theo's getting pretty racy there with... Oh, Theo is getting racy. That was unlucky, he had to back off there a little bit. So he'll lose the run. So far looking good, guys. So we're going to have to go to a balance mode here now with Alex. Just to start conserving that little bit of fuel. Theo can still push on. He's got his...
increase, please.
Apparently has 1.6
Yes.
laps of fuel at the pace he's running at. Whether Alex is more or less flat to the board here. Pressure. It's nice to be in this position if we can, as I say, hold on to the back of Alonso here. I think if any mistakes happen, we might be in prime position then to jump a pace or two, which would be fantastic. We're going to go harvest. It didn't quite work for us, but we'll harvest until we get around this section here now. If we can build that battery up, we can just attack then at another stage of the race, and we might be able to pick up a few more points. So we're going to go back to neutral. And it closes up nicely. That is great stuff. So it's really working there. So we're going to jump here now with Theo and see what we can do with Theo. I want to give him the chance to overtake.
Just use the overtake.
Is it a wise move? We won't be long finding out, and we're going to swap now to deploy actually. So with the deploy we should now get a run here. Oh, the McLaren is also deploying, I would think.
Currently 15.
Okay, so we're going to take it back to harvest because I think the McLaren will get us on the outside.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
It's all to play for here, guys. So what we're probably going to do in this section of the race is really start speeding up around to lap 6. It's been all action so far, and we haven't had much of a chance to speed it up or do much because our drivers aren't doing well. Theo is performing fantastically. We're just going to keep him on harvest for a little bit longer because I think he has the pace to stick with him. the neutral through here as the two boys scrap in front of us. We should then close back up again. And that's some train of cars. Who is holding us up? Sonoda. It seems to be the bottleneck there, guys. How is he in P5? He had some qualifying. Running P5 at the moment. And he is the bottleneck. Shocked that they haven't managed to spot Gasly around. So we're going to go to neutral on both our cars. I think Theo will just best devices probably stick here with Langston and Norris. See what he can do. We're going to drop him down to balance.
Let's just do lift and coasting.
We're just going to speed it up just a fraction here, guys. Start moving through some laps. Anybody on the... Where am I going for tyres? So the few in front of us will be running long. Sonoda is on the mediums as well. So it'll be important for us to jump Sonoda as quick as we can, because I think once these cars get released they will move up the grid a bit and they'll be that little bit faster on their hard tyres. But this is hurting them from now. Bottas is slowly making his way back through the grid as well, guys, up to P16 now. Alonso runs very wide there and we nearly get him. Could be a chance actually to deploy going down the back straight here and we might get a run. And we do. That is great for us. So we've managed to get Alex up to P11.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
I wonder, can we actually jump maybe both Alpines here? If we manage to get Ocon here, we'll be in the points, guys. We're going to have to do a few laps of some sneaky harvesting, because we're after burning a lot of battery there to get past Alonso. We're going to go harvest, we're going to go push just to see can we burn through some of that fuel, and also it'll just enable us to recharge our battery just a little bit. Out to the final corner, and that should enable us to stick on the back of Ocon. And once we get onto the back straight, we will go harvest again. We're going to flick the harvest there. We're just going to try and rebuild the battery as best we can. Anybody after getting past? I think Hamilton's managing after to get past Sonoda there, and he's after gapping him, so the train will start tuning out as the race progresses. But so far so good for us, guys. And again, we're going to want to go neutral here. Thankfully the DRS is not that powerful, or seems not to be here anyway, because Alonso is managing just to stay behind us ever so slightly. And we're going to flick back to harvest here. Now, once Bottas gets the group that Tio is running in, I think we will jump to Tio's race and see can we then maybe jump on the coattails of Bottas and get by. I want to go neutral here again. It's getting kind of feisty up ahead, so we'll see if there's anything interesting happen. Seems to be a lot of ducking and weaving going on there, guys. Bottas is catching rather quickly. So Tio's getting kind of racy here as well. So we're just going to go harvest. Ooh. What happened there, guys?
It's a spin!
Sonoda has spun, so that's the
Now
bottom
let's
lick
look
being
at
released.
this. The focus on Sonoda. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The
Is he
car's just
released?
gone.
He's not, he's TP7, so now that's going to make it interesting because everybody's after closing up. So we need to just be clever here now with our strategy, because the lovely gap that Norris, or we had from Norris Magnussen, is now gone. And Tio now is actually under a little bit of pressure, so we need to deploy here a bit just to get back under the... Just to get back under the into DRS, because otherwise we're going to get mugged here by Bottas. I think the Bottas move might happen here shortly, guys, because we're not managing to catch up to the back of these two again. He's losing. Oh!
Here's the replay. Now we see the Williams here.
Tio. That's his first
And
mistake
there
in
it
the
is.
race, though.
That's where they spin out.
That's unlucky from Tio, and that's going to
The
cost
team
him a
are
loss.
really disappointed with that. Let's hope it doesn't set
So
them
we're
back
just gonna
too
go to
badly.
balanced, and we're going to flick back to Alex. So that's going to cost Tio a lot there, guys.
A position gained for Alfa Romeo.
It's also going to burn up his tyres just a fraction, so we might have to go aggressive now for a while. That could ruin his race strategy. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. He's rather unlucky. So it looks like the AlphaTauris had wicked qualifying pace, but nothing much else after that. We're going to do a little bit of harvesting here now again with Alex. I think the time has come to start striking here, guys, and see can we jump the AlphaTauris. It would give us a fantastic stretch in the race if we could. So we're just going to deploy here on this first section of the race. See can we get pretty close to Ocon. Can we get the drive here? I think we might. That was unlucky. It was a good effort. So we're going to go push. And just going to harvest here into the first area. We're going to try once more to see can we get Ocon, guys. And we probably won't have enough dead straight line speed, but coming out of here we might get a great drive again. We do. I think we might have done it there, guys. So we're just going to flick to neutral and we're going to be on the back
And a
of
new
George
position
Russell.
just gained by Williams.
That took a lot out of our battery again, guys. I'm just gonna flick to harvest. And we're gonna flick to deploy. See, can we get a Mercedes here now as well? Ooh, we should get the tow here. That was nicely done from Joe. He's giving us a little bit of a pull. Nicely done. So we're gonna see. Oh, I was unlucky. We nearly got up the inside, but we didn't quite manage
And there's
it.
an overtake from Williams.
We have managed to get Alex, guys, up to P9. This is fantastic. The problem here now, we're going to be out of ERS and we're going to have to do a little bit of harvesting. We're going to come under extreme pressure here. Harvest. So we're 19 laps in, guys, and yeah, we're just under extreme bit of pressure, but just going to build Alex's battery back up. Tio's falling way off now the back of Bottas as he makes his move through the grid. Yellow in sector 3, not sure if somebody spun.
Someone's run wide.
Verstappen ran wide, turn 14. Just gonna have to go neutral here, and somebody's in the pits. Gasly's in the pits, guys. So this is our chance here now. Just enter our pit window as well, so we need to keep an eye on that. We're currently running P8. And now the fact that Joe is kind of undefended, I think, or Tsunoda's undefended, I think Joe will get him there. I think for our race it's important we jump Tsunoda as well. We'll have to see. They are quick now all of a sudden, so we might have to deploy here just a little bit. We're 6/10. Just gonna do it, deploy out of the last corners.
So what?
DRS.
Copy.
So we can harvest here now again for a while. So we're onto a tricky phase of the Grand Prix here, guys. So we're just gonna have to be clever now with how we burn it and use it. Hoping the DRS there will give us enough to keep us in tow. It does. George is pretty close, but that was a big one for us. We managed to keep that. Just going to flick the neutral here to keep us within the two boys squabbling here. And ooh, guys, our tires are not going to last. The two boys are in. We're going to carry on, and that could be a mistake on our part. We'll have to see. Tires aren't going to last the thing. We're going to have to pit and lap early, because being on the slower tire will not help us at all, guys. So once he drops to 29%, he's going to start bitching about his tires. So there it is. It's going to come any second now, I'd imagine. Russell should come past Z. And I think once we start this thing, we're going to have to start looking after the hards just a little bit, because we're going to have to go that little bit further in the Grand Prix. Here we go into the pits, guys. Russell continues on. Bottas is also in the pits. Ooh, that was mightily close between us and Bottas. So the question is, where do we come out? There goes Gasly, we're ahead of Tsunoda. That is big for us, guys. So we're just going to drop the pace off just a fraction, because I think these hard tires might not get us all the way, but we'll see. So we're ahead of Joe, guys. We're ahead of Tsunoda. So we've managed to jump two of those that were ahead of us. and we've managed to undercut him, and there will be others runners coming from the pit soon enough, so we'll just have to see what goes on. And things are settling out here, but so far guys, this is working out well for Alex. He could be on for a haul of points. Could be good stuff. So now that the pit stops have been done, the field spread will happen a little bit more. Let's just jump on board here with Tio. Tio has 2 laps of fuel spare. We should really be burning it. I think we will. Hopefully he doesn't spin and make a mistake. 11 seconds off Norris in front. As I say, next year we'll change things around for Tio. He won't be doing as much media, which means he should get more development points. And as a youngster then we're just going to push him so that by the time he hits his 2021 mark he should be a championship contender, and hopefully by that stage our car will be a championship contender and the two will marry up, and by that stage probably Alex will have come and gone from the team, I'd imagine. We'll see. But definitely Tio, I'd expect at that stage in his career should be really putting it to Alex and beating him. Yeah, that is the kind of rough idea of the plan anyway, guys. But so far, yeah, he's catching Norris now. He's down to 11 seconds, just under 11 seconds, so he's about 4 or 5 tenths caught there in a lap or two, which isn't bad. And he's actually catching it more again. He's down now to 10.4. So, I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's working. Albon is being cut slowly, is he, by Bottas, and he's not quite as quick to stay with Tsunoda or Gasly even, and we gotta watch his fuel. So we're into an interesting section of the Grand Prix, guys. It's getting a little bit I don't know what the word is to use, but we'll just jump here and check the overmap. So you can see Tio is running kind of in free air. What's people's tyres like? So Norris, up as far as Russell have yet to pit. And yeah, lap times, where are my lap times? Tio's doing 1:38, he's matching everybody in front of him. Alex is quicker than all him, so he's catching. Russell is doing nicely there, running in clean air now, so we won't jump Russell on our pit stop, unfortunately, guys. Bottas and Tsunoda are also running pretty nicely in clean air. So just as it stands right now, the pace for us, guys, is starting to suffer just a little bit. I think we gotta get him onto the ultra attack here, guys. Just gonna speed it up just a little bit. We'll go to ×8 for a second. So I think Bottas is after getting us. Yes, he is.
Looks like that was a position gained for
So what's
Alfa
important now, if we
Romeo.
can stick with Bottas here, and we can, 1, save a little bit of fuel, 2, we might just push on a little bit, so we're down into the 37s with Alex, which is
Williams
good.
there gaining several places in one go. Let's see what
Let's see how that
happened there.
happened. I don't know
Now
what
watch
happened there,
this.
but
Here's the moments involving Albon.
oh, we won't come out of the pits as well.
Wow, what a brilliant maneuver.
Nicely done from Alex. He also managed to jump one of the
That was a
Alpines.
big moment. The team are clearly delighted.
So that could be big in terms of the end of the race.
And a new position just gained by Williams. Let's
wow,
have a look.
Alex is on a roll.
Now
guys.
we
We're going to
see the
jump back with him
Williams
but
here.
look at Alex go. I think that's Gasly he's after catching up to in
And
front
there
as
they
well,
go,
which is fantastic.
moving up a position. Just incredible maneuvering.
So
I
what
think it's safe to say.
we're going to do here is we're going to just jump back. We'll ignore that a second. Just going to deploy here and push.
Keep doing what you're doing. Reduce the lift and co.
Yep, copy.
So thankfully Alex is after getting past Danny Rick there, and I think if Danny Rick can hold up the guys behind them, that will be fantastic for us guys. The reason I say that is we can just maybe gap Danny Rick here, and then we won't be under pressure from DRS behind for a while, and we can just let Alex run away. Now the guys in front of us are all after pitting as well, so this is our punch moment to see where we'll finish up in terms of points or no points. Tio is going to pit this lap for mediums. Ocon is after getting Danny Rick now as well. Don't know, are we outside the second of Ocon? We won't be long finding out. Nope, I think he has DRS. He's going to drag everybody with him. It's upsetting. But Albon is currently running P9 guys, which is fantastic. That should become P8 when Tio pits. Tio's running P7. What a race Tio's having. Now he hasn't pitted yet, I will admit that. He did have that spin. He's in the pits now. So this will be interesting to see where Tio comes out guys. But so far so good. We're just going to flick it back to balance here again with Alex. Tio's in and out of the pits, and he is out P17. Wow, Tio lost some serious time there. But I think now Tio should be able to push pretty much flat out to the end of the race. And just to keep an eye on his fuel delta and see that he stays positive. But for now, he should be able to push. Well, he was behind Norris before the pit stops, and after the pit stops he's behind Norris, so that spin actually probably cost Tio a lot really. If we can get to Norris, Magnussen will be doing well, but I don't know will we get the rest. Danny Rick is proven to be the bit of a bottleneck now. Ocon and Alonso are catching us hand over fist. So if Danny Rick can hold up Bottas, Joe, Tsunoda, that kind of group for a little bit longer, all going well, we might just pick up a point or two with Alex. Fortunately Gasly's just that little bit too quick. I was probably too slow in reacting with the Ricardo bottleneck. Sometimes it pays to be watching what you're doing and not just kind of lighting through the race. Russell is in the pits now, so it'll be interesting to see where Russell comes out. Is he on the move, or is he made his pit stop? This is going to be tight with us and Russell. There he is.
Alpine just advanced.
That's a big move there from Alex. Managed to hold him off, and now we get DRS so we can start harvesting.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
So we're just going to pick to neutral. So wherever we can now, maybe do a little bit of harvesting. Just to build our battery back up for this fight with the Alpines. That's going to come at the end of the race, guys. We know it's going to come. We're going to harvest here into the first corner. We're going to breeze past Russell.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
And we're just going to have to drop Tio's pace just a little bit. Oh, that's going to put you under pressure now, so we're going to have to push there.
It's a race position gained for
It's
Mercedes.
amazing how when they back off, you could just lose that little bit of time to put you outside the DRS, and that can be effective, guys. You lose DRS here on Russell, and we're under pressure. Wicked straight line speed compared to the Mercedes, apparently. Running the same engine and everything, so I don't get that. But should get DRS here, which will help us stay in contention. I'm just going to drop this to aggressive for a lap or two. Actually, I don't think we have to. But we're managing to save a nice bit of DRS here, so we'll flick it back to neutral. Theo is slowly catching up to Lando Norris, down to 8.6 seconds. I don't know where Alex is pulling this performance out of the car. It's hardly from a chassis update, but we're taking it, guys. We're taking it. And I think there's a good chance here that if Alex can hold on to his tyres, we might actually get Russell, because we're doing a nice job here with 14 laps left on the race. We have a slight gap to Alonso, so if we can stay in this train, we'll be doing well. Fuel is looking strong for Alex. Tyres are looking relatively strong for Alex. We're just going to harvest again in and out of the first corner. Oh, he's done that. So that's Alex is racing today, guys. This is good for us. I expect Russell to breeze past here somewhere, but he hasn't on this section. And we managed to build up a nice little bit of battery there with him as well. Ricardo has pitted, and Theo's up to P16. So good on Theo. To be honest, I think we could probably save. We'll leave him run hard and see what happens. But I think Theo is probably P16 for the race. He is slowly catching Lando Norris, but I don't know has he got much in him to do anything about it. The points here would be fantastic, guys. So we really got to concentrate on Alex's race. He will be the main one for us. And he's managing to hold off George Russell. Don't know how he's doing that, but he's doing it. You're down to, what's that, 12 laps? 12 laps to go. So we are having a fantastic French Grand Prix, guys. Did not expect this. And bear in mind we still have a new front wing as well coming again, which will be our third one. Probably our third and final one, to be honest. And we might do one more update to the car. Geez, if we can be picking up points regularly towards the end of this year, that'll be stand us in good stead for next season, I think. But we just need to make sure we focus enough on the research for next year as well, guys. Yellow flag in sector 3, not sure who that was. There goes Russell. Just had to back out of that, so that's okay.
Mercedes moved up a place.
Bottas is after getting into P10 and after dragging Alonso with him, who will probably drag Joe with him. So what's vital for us now, guys, is that when we look after our tyres, we're going to have to go just for a lap or two.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
So there is going to be big pressure on this, guys. We could easily here fall to P14. Everybody's after catching up. It's amazing. It's a little bit upsetting. We're just going to have to do a lap or two of saving tyres here with Alex, because I think he's going to be on the borderline cusp of running out of tires on the last 2 laps. So we're just going to go too aggressive for a while. Try and play our strategy just a little bit. I expect Russell to breeze past here soon enough. And when he does, we just need to stick with him for just a little bit.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
So there goes Russell, so we now need to push on again. Did we get DRS? We did. That is a big moment for us. We needed that. We just got to stay on the back of Russell here now while we conserve our tyres. So this is going to be the make or break section of the race for us, guys. This really is the make or break section of the race for us. Now Russell is on the medium, so his tyres will be a lot fresher than ours. We're down to 48%. We just need another lap or two, and then we can probably push back on again. Going to flick the harvest here because I don't think we do need to be doing that overtake, but we did it.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
And all this is important for us because as we build that battery back up on that last lap, or last even 2 laps, we can really just deploy.
It's a race position gained
just
for
deploy
Mercedes.
a little bit out of here, guys, because George managed to do it. And I need to stay tight on George, so this will do this. And then we can go harvest again and try and build it back up. Don't overtake him. God, Alex is so racy today, guys. We'll go neutral, make sure we get a good drive. Back to harvest. So we're looking pretty strong with our battery, guys. Tires is the big concern, I think. I don't know, are we saving enough? But yeah, we'll have to see. Paul Alex here could be in for a heartbreaking end to the race. We're just going to flick the standard for a while, guys, and see does that make any difference. Just can we conserve his tires just a little bit. I mean, the P10 is going to be big for us, so I'll be down to. And if we need to, we can use the battery here to stay with George, which we will here.
Seems to have been a lockup.
Tio's after getting the gap down to Lando to 5.8 as well, guys. Just keeping a slight eye on him as we go. Battery's still okay here with Alex, and he should get DRS again. Now we're getting into the crunchy stage, 4 laps, and his tires are going to be tight at the end of the race. Oh my god. Gonna have to deploy again around this section just to stay with George. don't know, guys. I think we might be running out of time here with Alex, but we're going to try our best. 10%. Just need these tires to hang on. I need Alex to hang on. I think we can go back to aggressive deploy. Back into harvest mode. Oh man, 6% on the tires. Oh, it's gonna be such. I don't think it's gonna last for us, guys. I think we pushed Alex hard here, but I think it's maybe one step too far. I'm just trying to build the battery back up. And what's impressive is George is slowly bringing us up to the back of Gasly, actually, which is interesting. Yeah, I think that's the line for DRS there, so I think we'll get it again. %, 2 laps. Oh my god. Alex is right on the edge of a cliff here, guys. Just gonna go standard. Oh, the pressure. I'm just gonna go back to it. I'm gonna have to deploy. I have not worked this hard at a Grand Prix in a long time, guys. So neutral, we only use all our DRS. Should keep us there. So we have this lap and one more lap. So our tires are going to be pretty cooked by the end of it, guys. Don't think we can do much against George. We'll see. Theo, we can turn right down. Just bring him home P16. All the pressure here, guys. P8 will be a big result here for Williams. Oh, the rears are gone.
No speed, his rears just gone.
We're gonna have to deploy out of here.
Copy. Do you want to keep working these tires?
We're under pressure here, guys. We get
And
DRS
Sainz
again,
crosses the
which is
line
big.
first. He's
Carlos
taken
Sainz
the
has
win.
won the Grand Prix. Don't know how Leclerc has finished third. Those Ferraris were so fast. It is insane to me that they didn't manage to do that. We're going to have to probably do a little bit of defensive driving. Oh, Ocon is all over the back of us, guys.
DRS is currently disabled.
I think we're going to do
DRS
this.
is currently disabled.
Yep, okay.
Oh, we're actually not. We actually lost out there. Oh my god. On the line.
Okay, checkered flag.
Oh. There is a relief there, guys. Oh, I thought Ocon was going to get us on the line. That is fantastic work from Alex, guys. A P8.
What a pleasure it was to watch Alex Albon on the track, and an amazing result to match. Williams have got to be happy with their results here. This was good work.
The whole team was absolutely on their game today, and the result proves that.
After the race, they sit in 7th place in the constructor standings.
Next round, we're moving on to an exhilarating circuit. Formula One will be taking to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
So guys, that is a huge result for us. I didn't think we'd be getting points again. Definitely not on a race where it was being dry and it was on pure pace alone. But Alex managed to do 6 places off the grid, and yep, we've managed to execute everything kind of more or less perfectly. Into Q2 for the first time and P8 finish. So hopefully for the next race Theo will have the upgrade on the car as well, and we can see Theo make a slight jump here too. Again, a lock up from Theo is what cost him, so we really need to work on that and get that out of his system. In terms of positions in the driver standings, Alex just gets 4 more points, which is great for us, and McLaren did not score and stuff, so that is good as well. So you can see Williams with the extra 4 points now just gapped McLaren just a little bit, and we needed that because it's now 8 points of a gap. It was getting close. So if we can keep that up, I don't think we're going to catch the AlphaTauris in front of us. They're just, Gasly's too quick, and Bottas as well in that Alfa Romeo is too quick, and obviously everybody else above is a no-go. So guys, with that being said, I think we'll call it here. This has been the French Grand Prix. I've been Snowman86, and this has been F1 Manager 2022. And until the next time, guys, we'll be back for the Hungary Grand Prix. We'll see you all again, and take care.